English Grammar in Years. Raymond Murphy.
Unit 65, Adjective plus 2. A. Hard to understand, interesting to talk to, etc. Compare sentences A and B. James doesn't speak clearly. A. It is hard to understand him. B. He is hard to understand. Sentences A and B have the same meaning. Note that we say,
He is hard to understand.
We use other adjectives in the same way. For example, easy, nice, safe, cheap, exciting, impossible, difficult, good, dangerous, expensive, interesting.
Do you think it is safe to drink this water? Do you think this water is safe to drink?
The exam questions were very hard. It was impossible to answer them. The exam questions were very hard. They were impossible to answer.
Nicola has lots of interesting ideas. It's interesting to talk to her. Nicola is interesting to talk to.
We also use this structure with adjective plus noun.
This is a difficult question to answer.
B. Nice of you, too. We say, it's nice of somebody to.
It was nice of you to take me to the airport. Thank you very much.
We use other adjectives in the same way. For example, kind, generous, careless, silly, stupid, inconsiderate, unfair, typical.
It's silly of Ruth to give up her job when she needs the money.
I think it was unfair of him to criticize me.
C. Sorry to, surprised to, etc. You can use adjective plus to say how somebody reacts to something.
I'm sorry to hear that your mother isn't well.
We use other adjectives in the same way. For example, glad, pleased, relieved, surprised, amazed, sad, disappointed.
Was Julia surprised to see you?
It was a long and tiring journey. We were glad to get home.
D. You can use to after the next, the last, the only, the first, the second, etc.
The next train to arrive at platform 4 will be the 10:50 to Liverpool.
Everybody was late except me. I was the only one to arrive on time.
If I have any more news, you will be the first to know. Equals, the first person to know.
E. You can say that something is sure, likely, bound to happen.
Carla is a very good student. She's bound to pass the exam. Equals, she is sure to pass.
It's possible I'll win the lottery one day, but it's not likely to happen. Equals, it's not probable.
Exercises 65.1. Write these sentences in another way, beginning as shown.
It's hard to understand some things. Some things are hard to understand.
It was difficult to open the window. The window was difficult to open.
It's impossible to translate some words. Some words are impossible to translate.
It's expensive to maintain a car. A car is expensive to maintain.
It's not safe to eat this meat. This meat isn't safe to eat.
It's easy to get to my house from here. My house is easy to get to from here.
.2. Make sentences from the words in brackets.
I couldn't answer the question. It was a difficult question to answer.
It's a very common mistake. It's an easy mistake to make.
I like living in this town. It's a great place to live.
I wonder why she said that. It was a strange thing to say.
.3. Complete the sentences. Choose from the box. To hear. To help. To invite. To make. Not. Of you. Silly. Amazed. Glad.
It's nice of Dan and Kate to invite me to their party.
I've been traveling a long time. Now I'm glad to be back home.
I heard about Tom's accident. I was relieved to hear that he's okay.
It was nice of you to remember my birthday.
Let me know if you need any assistance. I'd be very pleased to help you.
I thought James was about 25. I was amazed to discover he was 40.
It was inconsiderate of our neighbors to make so much noise.
My interview went well. I was disappointed not to be offered the job.
It's silly of me to worry so much about things that are not important.
.4. Complete the sentences. Use. The first. The second. The last. The only.
Nobody spoke before me. I was the first person to speak.
Everybody else arrived before Paul. Paul was the last person to arrive.
Emily passed the exam. All the other students failed. Emily was the only student to pass the exam. Emily was the only one to pass the exam.
I complained to the manager. Another customer had already complained. I was the second customer to complain. I was the second person to complain.
Neil Armstrong walked on the moon in 1969. Nobody had done this before him. Neil Armstrong was the first person to walk on the moon. Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon. (65.5). Complete the sentences, using the words in brackets and a suitable verb.
Carla is a very good student. She's bound to pass the exam.
I'm not surprised you're tired after your trip. You are bound to be tired after such a long journey.
Andy has a very bad memory. He is sure to forget anything you tell him.
I don't think you'll need an umbrella. It is not likely to rain. Or, it isn't likely to rain.
The holidays begin this weekend. There is sure to be a lot of traffic on the roads.